Idonre has two faces, old or ancient Idonre and the new Idonre. Both are interesting places for any tourist to visit. I will be climbing 682 steps to take you 3,000 feet above sea level, where the ancient Idonre was for over 800 years. At the hilltop, I will show you OMI APAARA or Apaara stream, where warriors drank to ascertain whether or not they will return from a war before going. I will also show you the evil forest called IGBOORE, where the then indigenes of ancient Idonre gave to missionaries who built the first primary school there in 1896. ESEOGBEJI footpath is another interesting spot. Here, you can never look back. Two persons cannot walk side by side, and you cannot meet somebody on your way. Again, you will see how I lifted a ESOKOGBE stone. This stone is used to determine readiness or eligibility of any able man to marry. If you can lift it, you are eligible to marry. Bam did. And so please note that I am now searching. I will take you to OTALORIN, where people don't wear clothes and where no one can shake hands or carry anything on his or her head without holding it. And finally, I will show you the Wonder Rock, the Unreadable Letters, and ARUN Rivers that has healing power till tomorrow. Now follow me as I show you through all I have mentioned. But before then, do not forget to subscribe to my channel, share this video, like this video, and drop your comment under it. I am Bam Yusuf. This is the starting point. We are moving from here to the mountain top, where we are going to see everything that has to do with this Idonre hill. Come along as we move. I was just been told by our guide now that we have 682 steps to climb and 5 resting points. Each point, we are going to be identifying them. Then, out of the 608, I have just climbed 1, 2. So, I have 682. So now I have 680 steps left. Then, 679, 678, 677, 676. Come along. Now this is the first resting point. And to this step, this is the 75th step we have taken. And this resting point is known as Owa resting point. As you can see, it was actually designed together with this rock. And that has been carved out here. Look at it. Then, here is the bar where you can get some drinks and have a rest on this seat here before you continue your journey. Now, we have just rested and we are now going back. We are now going back to the mountain top. Yeah, we'll continue our journey from here. Okay. Now, this is the second resting place. And to this step, we have done two steps to rest here. Unfortunately, the roof here was said to have been burnt, and up to today, no repairs. Now we can sit down here now and take a rest. Does this place have a name?
No.
Okay. This is just named second resting place, and that is that. Now, this is called Dagoro Spot. As you can see here on the signboard, Dagoro Spot. This is one of the security points put in place in those days against invaders. So we had security guards here checking people coming in and going out from the hilltop. Let's continue our journey. Yeah, this is the third resting point here. And now we have done 361 steps to get to the third resting point. So it's obvious that we are halfway now at 361 steps. So we're going to sit down here and rest for a while. Then we'll continue our journey after it's some while. Off. Now we are getting close to the fourth resting place. Now, how many steps have we done here? Good. Now, as soon as we get to the tip of here, we have done 473 steps to be able to come in here now and rest for some time. This is the fourth and second to the last resting place. Here we have done 473 steps, remaining about 209. Out of the 470, out of the 682, we have done 473. Then we'll take a rest here and move on thereafter. Yeah. Now, this is the fifth and last resting place. And as soon as I come in here, we will have done 580 steps, which means we are left with only 102 steps to get to the top. So this is the fifth and last resting place. We're going to take a rest here, then we do another 102 steps, then we're done. This hill. Come on in, let's start. Now we are at the top of the hill. We are now going to the final destination. As you can see, we are moving on a footpath. That is where we're moving now with our tall guy. So the city here on the hill is 50-kilometer radius. It goes a long way to say no single individual can walk this radius in one day. And as you can see, it actually looked like a place people were living because of the spot where the security were in those days. So it now took the people some years to descend and get back to the new Idoli, where we have Idoli Township today. Here was where they were living, and they lived here for over 800 years before descending down. Now, let's go and take the last 22 steps that will make the whole steps 682. We have done 660, then the last 22 is here. Let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Now, this is the final step, which makes 81, 681, and 682. We're now at the top of the hill, and this is where the tourist chalet is, although abandoned. So from here, we can sight some part of Idoli Township. Now, come along. Let's see. Now, here is the hilltop where we can now see and view some parts of the new Idoli. The new Idoli is where we have Idoli Township today, and that is the one down. The old Idoli is the one on the hilltop here. Now, as you can see, the new Idoli is down there. We are at the old one, where you can see the chalet here. Now, this is the view of the new Idoli. As you can see down there, that is the Idoli Township. We are at the hilltop now, sighting some parts of Idoli Township. You can see that this town, Idoli, is actually surrounded by rocks. Look around the rocks here. Wow, that's that. No.
As you can see, what you can see here is the new Idoli.
Okay.
Now up here is the ancient town,
okay,
where we have the the place where Idoli people sojourned for more than 800 years before they descended in the year 1928 and 1933. So now on top of this place, you know, like I said earlier, they descended in batches. We have the Alade first before the Odode. We happen to be where we have the paramount ruler of here. Yes, it's Odode here. Now on top of this hill now, actually it's of different quarters. We have the Ajin, we have Salu, we have Odeja, we have Okeasurin. You know, mind you, all the names they bear up here, the same street name is what they brought down here.
Oh, really?
So they maintain the same
street names.
Yes. So from here now, we head on to the ancient town. Now, part of the things we are going to be saying there, first we have to see the first primary school, we got to see the court, we see the mausoleum, we see the ARUN River. It's a medicinal water that kills all kind of ailment. We get to see it when we get there. We see the chief houses, see standings. Why? Because even though they descended, anything that has to do with their cultural, spiritual heritage stuff, it does it here first. So like Orosun Festival is being celebrated well here in IDANRE, and it has to be done once in a year. By then there will be 14 days on top of this hill. That's where they will settle for 14 days before they will descend. So we have some 14, some 7, there are some particular sheep, 21 days. So these are all we are going to see on top of this.
So let's go there. Now, as you have heard, it took them 5 consecutive years to descend in batches between 1928 and 1933. And the entire names they were bearing, street names, everything that they were having here on the hilltop, they maintained everything when they all got down. Now let's go to the ancient town.
Mind you, don't let us forget this. That's Ojimoba.
This Ojimoba.
That rock over there.
The rock.
That one. That's Ojimoba.
Okay. That's the rock called Ojimoba. That's the rock of Ojimoba.
Ojimoba actually saved the people of IDANRE several years ago.
Okay.
When they heard the war is coming, Ojimoba from here, speak to the rock, it turned flat and bear different kinds of fruit.
Wow.
So why those ones got there, knowing the fact that they are going to climb before the war, they decided to rest and eat fruit. Doing that, Ojimoba speak to the rock again, it erupts and capture them in there. So probably before this time, you hear voice of people from inside Ojimoba, which shows they're actually living in there. The Ojimoba.
Okay. Oh yes. Now, this is Orosun Hill, and it is the topmost of all the hills here in this city, or in this hilltop. That's Orosun Hill there. Nobody gets to the top though, according to information we have heard. Yeah.
Now this is called OMI APAARA.
OMI APAARA.
You know, back then, if their men are going to war.
According to my guy, this is OMI APAARA, meaning thunder water, right?
Yeah.
Thunder stream. In those days, when people were living here, anytime they want to go to war, if people come here, they will come here, their warriors will come here and drink from this water. Anyone that is satisfied with the water will go and come back. But the one that was not satisfied will go and never return. That is it. We just saw a crab. Now, maybe we'll come back for the crab later. Yeah. Now, let's go. We are still going on our way to the ancient town on the hilltop.
1896.
Wow. So here, as it is called, IGBOORE, it is called IGBOORE because when the missionaries came into this place in those days, at the pre-colonial era, they brought religion, foreign religion, which is Christianity, to them. And here being evil forest, so the Idoli people did not initially accept them. As at the time they now accepted them, they gave them this place, believing that this place, being evil forest, will consume them. But unfortunately, little did they know that God truly exists. So the place did not consume them. They now came up with this building, which now formed the first primary school here. And this primary school was formed in the year 1896. 1896. That is when this primary school was formed. Imagine. You can see, this was built by the missionaries then in 1896. You can see it looks like classes. You see? That's what we have here. You see? And that is that. Of course, Now that they have moved down, this has been abandoned. Now, let's go and see some other parts of the ancient Idoli city. Come on. Now, as you can see, these are part of the amazing things. It will look like we are on ground
floor.
No, we are at 3,000 feet above sea level. This is the hilltop of Idoli Hill, which is where the ancient town was situated in those days before they descended. There's something that we're going to talk about here. We are moving in. Look at this place like cave. ESEOGBEJI. This is ESEOGBEJI, meaning the part cannot contain two persons at once.
Now, this is how it functions. You know, back then when you get to this side, you have to give signal to know if anyone is coming from the other side. Okay. Otherwise, there's trouble. We cannot meet
on the way.
We cannot walk side by side. Then you cannot look back. If you look back, automatically you fall into the ditch, because the road, as narrow as it is, it has valley on the both sides. So no matter how powerful you are, all I just need to do is just a push. Any side you are pushed, is straight into the valley, and that's all.
Okay. So here is the ESEOGBEJI, where no one can move side by side or meet somebody coming. So it has to be one person at a time. Now we are going in now.
Only the indigenous knows that.
And only the indigenous know. Now, here is the ESEOGBEJI road, which means you cannot walk side by side or meet somebody from the other side coming together, coming to your side. So it has to be one person. And mind you, that is in those days. That is in those days. Now we have just passed the ESEOGBEJI route. Okay. Now
you can see this is valley. To the left and right is valley.
So as it is, why it is said it is called ESEOGBEJI. This is a valley here, and the other side of it too is another valley down here. So
this is it. You know, now they have moved down, so they are not expecting any wall coming to this part anymore. So they have to expand and fill
the valley.
Most importantly, it has become a tourist site, so we don't expect tourists to come and fall into it anyhow anymore. So they have to fill for the safety. But for you to understand what we're talking about, to know that it's actually real, that's why they leave the impact there, so that you can see.
Okay. Now, this is also part of the ancient Idoli. Actually, all look deserted now. But during their festival, everywhere here will be cleared. They still do that once or twice every year during their festival, where all this place will be cleared, and you still see people come around here to perform some festival rituals and so on. Now, let's go close to the ancient town, or inside the ancient town, I mean. Now, this is called ESOKOGBE stone. According to my guide, he said in those days, when a young man is about to marry, he has to come to this stone and lift it up to his chest level. It is when a man is able to lift this stone to his chest level that is now qualified to get married. My brother, are you married?
Yes.
Can you lift it?
I've done that before.
You've done it before? Let me see. Baraka, should I try this? Try this. I am able to marry. At least where my chest was, I put it there.
other way anymore. It creates all
So-
this part for itself.
So it means the water does not want to be dammed.
Yes.
So when they tried to dam it, the water broke and took another route, which is here. And that is where we now have it. So we're going to drink the water here now. Can I have that? Good. So we want to drink. We want to fetch this water and drink. Wow, so natural. So natural. Now, subscribing to BAM TV Africa, you will enjoy us more and more. And don't forget also, do me the favor of giving thumbs up to this video. And if you are a first timer, subscribe please. If you subscribe, and make sure that you turn on the notification button so that anytime I upload a new video, you will be notified. Come along with me again.
This place is called OTALORIN.
OTALORIN.
Yes. You can see it's strictly written out boldly there. Nobody wear clothes in this house. Shaking of hand is forbidden here. Kind of load on head without holding it here is highly forbidden. So the chief himself cannot wear clothes like us anymore till he died.
Wow.
This Lauren.
Is he in?
He's not in. If he's in, he will have come out.
Okay.
So once in a year, himself with the king, we shook hand here. So he's not allowed for any other person to shake hand right here. So you don't do that. And if
So-
you carry load from head, you hold it.
You can imagine that the man here, the people here, they don't wear clothes. The man in charge of this place does not wear clothes.
This is him.
And that is him.
This is Lauren. Chief Lauren.
So he does not wear clothes.
This is the
and
present king,
nobody
the Owa of Idanre.
and nobody shakes hand here. If you come here, you cannot shake hand. Only the king and the man here shake hand once in a year here, right?
Yes.
During their festival. And after that, nobody does. Here, you cannot carry a load without holding it in your head. You cannot carry a load on your head and leave it like that. Man, that's that. I wish he is at home. The king is not, the chief is not at home. He will have come out to speak with us, but he's not there here today. Now, this is the unreadable letter. As you can see on the rock there, this is another mystery that nobody has been able to read over the years. Maybe it is written in Roman figure or whatever. Nobody has been able to deduce up to this moment. And that is it that we have there. That's one of the mysteries of this place. Now, let's go. Up. We are climbing again to see another wonder of this place. Wow, 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 wow.
This is called Wonderful Rock.
The wonderful rock,
Come on, it.
or wonder rock. This is absolutely wonderful. Now, this is the wonder rock here. This rock is only leaning on a very small part of it, and that is the part. You can see nothing is holding it here, yet it will not fall off here. If you look at the other side too, let's go there. Nothing is holding it on the other side, and it is not falling off to the other side as well. Now, watch it from here. Look at it. Nothing is holding it here either, and it's not falling off. And it's not falling off. You can see, nothing is holding it. You can see just a tip of it is resting on the ground, yet it's here and there. That's a very big, another wonder that one will find very difficult to explain, except God himself that put it there. Yeah, now this is the palace, the entrance of the palace of the ancient king of Idoli. As you can see, the ancient palace. Now, there are three entrances here. The middle one is the entrance of the king himself. This one at the left hand side is where the queens enters through. That's their entrances. Then, sorry, the entrance. Where this one is meant for the public, and that is where we can go in through. Now come inside. Let's see what happens in the palace. Wow. Here is the palace of the king of the ancient Idoli town. This is the palace. We're coming in from the entrance there. And here we are. Come along. Eh? We are heading to the courtyard. Now we are heading to the courtyard of the palace here now. This is the courtyard. Wow, this is the building and this is the natural fence. As you can see, it's a rock and it serves as fence, which is a form of defense to the palace from invading the palace. Anyway, here we now move into the courtyard of the palace. As you can see, look at the courtyard of the palace of ancient Idoli. And that is the throne you see there. This is where the Oba sits. Oh, sorry, this is where the Oba sat. And that's where they used to sit then. The king will be there, seated, and he sits behind him. And whenever they have any festival, they take the whole villagers come around here at the courtyard. Wow. There are 25 kings that ruled here. 25 kings before they descended down. Look at this side. Yeah. So every year, the cow will be slaughtered. Yes, and the skull will be kept. The skull will be kept. We have 45 skulls as we speak here now, numbering the number of years the incumbent monarch of Idoli has been on throne. They call them calendering skulls. They use this to count the number of years the king has been on throne. Whenever the king grows old and joins his ancestors, all of them will be removed. And as soon as a new king is installed, a cow will be slaughtered, his skull will be there. And every year, it will continue counting again. I pray that the reign of the incumbent king still becomes longer than now. Baba, this is where we are at the top of the hill again. And just like we have it down there, that the entire city is surrounded by rocks. So it is up here as well. Look at it. Let's do another 360-degree turnaround. See, everywhere is surrounded by rock. Even at the ancient city, which is the hilltop, you can see everywhere is surrounded by rock. So Idori, as in the ancient Idori, is one of the few cities or towns that has never been invaded before, because the security here is as good as 100% guaranteed. There's no place any invader could come in through, because all of the whole place here is surrounded by rock. The Great Idori.